Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay, it's going in. Alright, everybody. Use this time to actually get your snacks, get your breaks. We'll be going in live in about 6 minutes. I hope to see you guys soon. Hassan, everybody! Welcome back into the Paper Plane Inn! I'm Mikoto New, and thank you guys for waiting for me to come back live! It is so good to actually see you guys here today! Did you guys actually have a good day today? Did you... Oh! Farewell! Thank you for... Oh my gosh! Subbing me for 23 months! Wow! That's almost 2 years! That is almost 2 years! Holy shit! That's a surprise, but a bit of a welcoming one. But yeah, how is everyone doing today? I actually hope that you guys actually had a good day. I am doing all right. I managed to ate well. I managed to see if I can prepare just about everything for my Twitch. And I hope that you guys are looking forward to today's stream. But I think I might have to give a little bit of a heads up. Today, we're going to be actually tackling a piece that'll be dedicated for Swimsuit Month. And we are going to be starting this one off by featuring Melanthe. Now, I know when it comes to drawing, when it comes to art streams like this, you might... trying to draw one that's related to swimsuits, depending on the swimsuit in question, might be a little bit on, I guess depending on the swimsuit in order when you're trying to draw this fan art piece, I hope that it might be I hope that it might be still a-okay to do streaming here on Twitch, but with the swimsuit that is chosen, I had a feeling that it may or may not really be that case. It might be a little bit safe-ish, but who knows? But how is everyone doing today? How is everyone? Ice Drake, Melanie, Bearwolf, Soulburner, and welcome back. It is so good to see you guys here again. Doing alright, had to hide some chocolate cake from the gremlin. That's not going to last. Are we going to travel back in time to watch your streams? Because now you're apparently streaming last week. Huh? I'm sorry? That's not normal? I don't know what the heck. I am confused, Boy Splatty. Really, I don't know. But let's see. I just realized it. That music is a little bit on the loud end. Golem, tone down the volume just a pinch. Thank you. So yeah, it said the same date from last week. Huh? What do you mean said the same date as last week? Today should be the 20th. I forgot to actually update that date. I forgot to update the date in my schedule. I'm a dumbass. Got it. Oh man, I forgot to update the date and nothing. Oh no. Okay, lessons to late night Miki. Never ever try to do the schedule when it's late at night. No, wait, it wasn't late at night when I made that schedule. It was during the day. Duh. Anyways, it happens. Yeah, I know, but sometimes, has Grandma stole your calendar? I hope that's not really the case. But yeah, so yeah, what we're gonna be doing today is something that Patreon actually has helped voted for to make this kind of bit happen. Now, for those who definitely need a little bit of a refresher, I have a Patreon that serves as a tip jar, but it also gives some level of rewards for those who actually pledged me there. But one of them is that you get to access for any polls that I actually posted there into my Patreon. That also includes some sneak peeks and whips, and in case if you want to pledge a little bit higher, you can also see some of the exclusive not safe for work content that is actually released there. But other than that, I really hope that you guys actually looking forward to this, because I made this in Patreon, where I asked my people there, well, the few people there, to actually vote for which will be the swimsuit and the character and color and choice for what's going to be for this month of Swimsuit Month. Because it was supposed to be back in July, but things have been really busy at that time. So we're gonna make it up by doing it right now in this month. So yeah, how about we actually go straight to the podium, and then we'll actually get to work and see what we actually voted for. Alright, now before I actually would forget, where is my, yes. So, in my Patreon for Swimsuit Month, I asked for the following choices. I asked for what are the following choices that people would vote for vote for there, which is from these 8 selected beauties that I chose for Swimsuit Month. From Dione to Mary to Joe to Vanessa to Rose to Celine to Melanthe and Ina. These are the options that I've made for that poll. The people on Patreon has voted their selected person, which is none other than Melanthe. She is the winner for that poll for the first choice of Swimsuit Month. And now it's time for choosing what, and then I asked the people on Patreon to vote for what swimsuit she would actually be wearing. From the ones I've actually handpicked from scouring the net to figuring out which of these swimsuits is the best one for the job, the people in Patreon, after a couple more polls later, voted for this swimsuit. And the color that I made in the last poll, I just asked for a few colors, which is red, blue, green, and yellow, then white, black, purple, and pink. And the people in Patreon had voted for the color purple for her swimsuit. So yeah, we are going to be drawing off. We're going to be kickstarting our swimsuit month, as we're going to be actually drawing out Melanthe in that swimsuit wear. So yeah, how about we actually get to work on doing Melanthe as I showcase this finished sketch piece. It took me some level of research for the posing in question for Melanthe's swimsuit month attire, but I was able to find one that suits the bill, and we are going to be picking this one for her swimsuit month, if you will. So yeah, it's why else. But given that this is Melanthe, someone who really is not afraid to flaunt her assets, if you will, she is definitely the type that would not be afraid to pose for the camera, if you will. So we're gonna go straight ahead and start actually drawing out Melanthe's we're gonna start drawing out Melanthe, if you will. Okay, IF, IB, ID. So there we go. Oh, God, Six a Dragon. Oh, hi. Can you please put that away? Please? I do not want to have another property damage in my inn. That is going to be paid straight out of your pocket. Anyways, Bearwald, oh, thanks for the head pat. Thank you. Okay, now let's see. Oh, I got the wrong pen for the job, so... Okay, we're going to start off with drawing out Melanthe's face, and then we'll go work our way to the rest of her body. Now, the original source of the swimsuit has featured some flower patterns in there, so most likely we'll just give her a purple swimsuit with some flower patterns that may or may not mesh, a color that complements the color purple. Maybe pink, or maybe teal. That is the one that's featured in her normal attire, if you will. Okay, now let's go ahead and... It's still hard to believe that this character I've made basically came from the same tree from Dione's family line, if you will. I really should start finding time to draw out the rest of Dione's kindred. Well, the rest of Dione's family, actually. That's the proper word. Yep. Hope you don't mind me asking, but what time do you guys have the Star Warriors live? I ask because it's late where I'm from at the daytime in USA. Normally, when it comes to going on live for the Mario campaign, if you will, normally it's around 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time from where I am. That's the most consistent schedule. That's the most consistent schedule that I could possibly remember at the top of my head. But I still do appreciate that anyone who actually finds time to basically make it so they could actually see everything live on the go, if you will. And that's like in the evening, not in the daytime, because a lot of people basically have a lot of things to do in the daytime, myself included. I still have my streams that takes place in the daytime, if you will. Okay. So we're gonna scale up her lashes right there. Because Melanthe, of course she would. She would definitely have rock with those really heavy lashes of hers. Now, I know that there are some people out there who are new to this. Now, and you're probably wondering, who is this character that I'm currently making as we speak? This here, chat, is my Now, before we actually would before I actually talk about Melanthe, I should actually give some level of context. I have a character whose name is Dione Hyacinthus, basically, who is my very first D&D character that I've made since I got introduced to the hobby. And where is her art piece? My mother told me you are... Yes, there you are, Dione. This is Dione Hyacinthus, and she's my first D&D character since I got introduced to the hobby. This is her latest iteration, if you will, but yes. Dione's thing is that when she was... in her adventuring days, the reason why she started off adventuring is so that she can find out who is the one responsible for the death of her village and her half-orc husband, Kogan. She is an Eladrin druid, wildfire druid to be more specifically, and though she is this motherly and kind woman, she actually has some hell of a mean temper, if you will, especially when it's directed towards the people who are responsible for the demise and death of the village, if you will. Eventually, Dione would find a second love through Valen, who happens to be Steve's character. And in the campaign that I get to play as Dione, in there, her second husband was eventually brought back to life, and after some shenanigans in the background, Dione is still married to both husbands, if you will. Yeah, she actually does get to keep both, rather than the humdrum conundrum of picking one from the other, if you will. And because of this kind of choice, Dione actually has the biggest children count so far of my characters, if you will, as she is a mother of 8 kids. One of them being adopted, which is my other character, Joe Hyacinthus, which is this sweet bean up here. Where are you, Joe? Oh, there you are. There you are, Joe. Yeah, which is this one here. She is Kogan and Dione's daughter, who is adopted, but yeah, she's the oldest of the children. After Joe, Dione has 7 more children. 2 twin daughters from Valen, and 2 fraternal twins from Kogan, if you will. And and from the said daughters from Valen are Melanthe and Saflin, who, when you see their adult forms, they are basically these two, if you will. These are the identical daughters of the identical first daughters of Valen and Dione, if you will. Melanthe is the one that we're drawing here, which is to the left, and Saflin is here and to the right. Now, the story of how Melanthe is that when she actually had a good life when she was growing up with her family. She takes pride onto her craft and her musical prowess. As well, she actually loves her family, and especially with her half siblings, if you will. The family has been growing, and the village has been slowly prospering ever since it's been rebuilt. All is seemingly well until one day that one night when the family in the village is in deep asleep, leftover enemies that were the remains of the people that Valen and Dione, as well as Joe faced back in their past, came back and thought that they should actually get back towards those people, but such as trying to actually going as far to infiltrate into the family home and try to kidnap one of the try to kidnap the kids and try to sell them away as slaves as a result. Of the struggle, when this happens, only Melanthe was taken away from the family, and the two fathers had to pursue the kidnappers. But during their way out, they set fire to the village, so it actually caused one hell of a shitstorm, one hell of a humdrum conundrum, if you will. Everyone has to do two things at once, but unfortunately, they were too late to actually rescue Melanthe back, as the fire started to grow a little bit out of control. Out of control, and it doesn't help that they actually were too fast for the two dads to actually keep up. Let alone if one of them would actually try to keep up. So yeah, Melanthe has to live with the fact that maybe her family was gone, if not dead. And also she has to figure out a way to get away from these guys' clutches. And she was able to do so. And when she was, during her small escape away from their clutches, stumbled upon a caravan that was passing by, which they actually take her in to protect her. And seeing that these guys are basically her new family, she spent most of her life actually just, well, living with the caravan, who are a group of performers, if you will, where they would actually make performances across the kingdom, and across different continents. And it's because of, and they also believe Melanthe is a source of good luck because maybe it's because of her half Eladrin nature. She actually brought in a lot of people to the show, if you will. So everything was all said and done when one day that Melanthe actually got a word that suddenly got something that sparked a hope that she thought was long dead. Someone from the village of the Stonebarks, or she got some level of information during the current city that they're part of. I don't know. I still need to figure that thing out. That that they learned about that they talked about the Archdruidess Dione and her current project that's been going on over there. And upon learning that Dione is actually alive, Melanthe had to leave because she finally learned that her mom is okay, and maybe her family too. But yes, Melanthe actually wanted to find the time to go back to her home and make the biggest trek to return back to her family. Even if it's going to take God knows how long. She learned that her family is alive and she's going to take that opportunity to see them again. So, yeah, that is Melanthe's story, if you will. At least the basic beginnings of a backstory where the DM will actually, the DM and the campaign will actually fill in the rest. So yeah, I hope this actually does help to actually explain who Dione and Melanthe are about. So thoughts, questions, death threats? Okay, so hold on thought. I definitely need this moment to actually wet my whistle after all of that. Okay. Okay. Is she more into dogs or cats? That is actually a good question. I think she's much more of a fan of both, if you will. Because both have their own appeals, both have their own pros and cons into having one. But she would most likely be the type that likes both. Okay, so I never actually got to play Melanthe before when I finally made her. That was until my friend Kizabum actually showcased us this very particular module that, well, it's more like a small little guidebook of sorts where the setting to that is a little bit on the spicier end, yes. In fact, it actually is the one I use Melanthe for this very campaign where we finally get to try out what's it like to be in a adult D&D campaign. Because Melanthe, how should I actually describe this? Melanthe is a very flirty, very proud, very also let's see, promiscuous type of woman, if you will. What with being with her experience with the caravan and the performers and all that pizzazz, I think so. Yeah, she did a lot. She really did a lot, but boy Splatty, she really did. I mean, if I want to showcase it, I mean, for fix's sake, she's the spec. If anything, she's like a pansexual. She is pansexual, if you will. So, if you happen to be attractive, well, she wouldn't actually mind just to actually tease with you and, you know, actually give you a shot, if you will. I mean, that's what basically happened back when it comes to the Dirty Deeds game that I got to play as her. So, yeah. But she actually knows how to utilize her beauty and her skills, because sometimes being a dancer bard really does came with its own benefits and uses, if you will. Like Melanthe uses her talent to actually distract and as well as gather information for the party, just by using her wiles, her gift, and well, gifts. If I have to be a little bit more plural, in order for the party to have some level of advantage. She's the type who would most likely look at a crowd of ruffians, and the party needs to find a way to go around them just so they could get a MacGuffin on the other side of the tavern or room, and she'll be like, well, in need of a bit of a distraction, team? Don't worry, I'll take it from here. I know exactly what I'm doing. And besides, they are in need of a good show, so why not? and boy, did she, and yeah, she will definitely make it a hell of a good show if it's a means to actually get the party to what they should actually need, in order for the party to do what they can. I mean, yeah. Let's see. At least she's not scouted. Oh, please. She is leagues beyond scouted, if you will. Because this woman would actually ask for your consent. And she would most likely ask for your consent. Because she's not that stupid. She's got to have some level of common sense. So that way such a thing would actually be... Even she also has her own limits when it comes to, well... when it comes to having her level of fun, if you will. Same, you did for Mira for June Brides and Violette. Both cool as well. Oh, thank you. I'm not exactly a. I know that there are some times I'm trying to work on character voices is hard. Because you got to make sure some of them are distinct enough, so that way you would actually have an idea on which character is this, which character is that. But when it does happen, and you make a very distinct voice for a very specific character, you can't help but feel some level of pride. Okay. Alright, so let's see. I think I have a feeling that maybe once we're done with doing Melanthe for Swimsuit Month, maybe I should also do another piece for Swimsuit Month. But this time, it's much more catered to the men's side of the category, if you will. Because I had a feeling that there's... I know I did a lot of girls, but I think every now and then I really want to draw guys, if you will. And I had a few guys in my repertoire that could be used for pickings, but... Let's see. Now, when it comes to doing Melanthe's voice, going back into the topic of voices, I had to pick something like in the leagues of something sultry, something mature, something that is actually in the leagues of a bit of a seductress, if you will. And it took some time for me to figure out how to get the cadence right, but it's also figuring out how to get this voice right with a... no, I don't think she would have a British accent because she's so far away from her family when she was growing up. Most likely she'll have the American accent. But anyways, sometimes doing voices with accents would also be a hard thing to actually pull off because depending on what accent, you could either make it sound good or sound bad. And I guess it all depends on how well you practice that voice. Because to put things into a level of context, this is the voice that I actually picked for her mother, Dione. She has a bit of a mature voice, but she also has a British undertone into it because, well, let's just say the headcanon that elves are akin to that of the British is pretty much an easy sample, an easy thing to do. But it also depends on how. But maintaining this voice when it comes to different temperaments, that's also a bit of a challenge. Sometimes you might actually make it sound right. Other times it's going to sound completely arse. I guess it just requires some level of practice. You'll never know unless you actually put some level of training into it. So yeah. That's Dione's voice, if you will. And trust me, I would love to play as Dione again because in the Icefire Peak, there are some times I wish I could actually do better, especially when it comes to the subclass that I picked for Dione at the time. Okay, for context, she wasn't really a wildfire druid when I first made her. If anything, she was a land druid with a forest circle. Now, for those who are not in the familiar, druid, every D&D class has a subclass that actually goes underneath their belt, which it actually has its own level of perks and benefits depending on which one that you actually pick. In Dione's case, the circle of the land that I picked off when I first made her features much more into spell casting abilities, if you will. And Forest also has some spells that are tied to that. And after some time playing around with it, I wasn't 100% satisfied with what I played with, because I could do so much better, and I don't know if Forest actually suits well for someone who is Mother Nature incarnate, that is Dione. It wasn't until my friend Lunar actually introduced me to a little one-shot that he hosted, and it features this one, and he actually pitched in the idea of giving her the Wildfire subclass, which the Circle of Wildfire in Druids, basically its gimmick is that of destruction would actually make way for creation, if you will. And the moment I finally got to play that subclass, I was like, why the hell did I not pick this sooner? It would have done me so much better back in the Icefire Peak campaign. Oh man, I feel so... I got this class... I wish this class came so early. But yeah, I wish I actually got to pick that as my subclass for, I wish I got to pick that subclass for my, for Dione when I first started off Icefire Peak, because it turns out to be a really cool subclass. Who'da thunk? Alright, thoughts, questions, death threats? Trying to get this boob right is hard. I can't seem to get this boob right. No, Melanthe, she takes pride in her girls because she got them from her mom. Okay, so... there we go. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Alright, so let's go ahead and actually do something like this. And I think we're gonna have to make sure this matches the one up here. There we go. What does a creation bard do? Oh, let's see. Now that's the subclass that I picked for Melanthe. A creation bard is where you actually breathe life into an inanimate object, and you can actually use that to basically do what you can in order to fight for you and aid you in combat, if you will. That is the subclass that I picked for Melanthe, and there are times I wish I could actually do a little bit better as Melanthe as a creation bard, but I do recall some level of moments where it does where it does shine. To put it into okay, here's a little bit of a story recap, if you will. In the beginnings of the Dirty Deeds game, we had to go. Well, there was a bit of a jail. We did basically a jailbreak bit, if you will, where we're trying to break free from the prisons in order to get out of our situation and find a way back home. Melanthe actually, though she does not have her musical instruments, she does use the rhythm of her body to actually do a dance in order to bring a table to life with her song of creation. which is the bit that actually causes the inanimate objects to come to life. And she uses the table to basically act as her sort of steed, and to actually use this for her stage, because she's going to do this particular bit. The party has to basically fight off a paladin, a Oathbreaker paladin on the other side of the room, and there's some mooks that is right over there to where Melanthe is at. What does Melanthe do in order so that the party could actually survive and not die? Okay, Soulburner, you take care. Thank you for coming. What does Melanthe do in that situation? Well, she basically puts on a level of a performance. An eye-catching performance, as that's the most safest way to say it here in Twitch. And that eye-catching performance really does, and the eye-catching performance really does keep those guys planted into their spot, because that's also the part where I use my own version of hypnotic pattern. You'll have to figure out where does the hypnotic part come from. So yeah, Melanthe uses her table to that of a stage, and she basically danced off so that way the mooks are distracted while the other party members are trying to fight off this pain-in-the-ass Oathbreaker paladin, if you will. And when I finally took care and finished off the last of the mook that I have on Melanthe's side, I commanded the table to actually to ram it against the mook, basically killing him right on the spot. Yep. I mean, with Creation Bar, if you have the right amount of imagination and thought to figure out how to put them into use, it can be a very good level. It can be a very damn good class. Okay, so let's see. Does that actually help answer your question, Melanie? Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and do that there. I mean, I am much more into... not often do I actually come up with creative ways of combat, because I am most likely the support when it comes to D&D, and let alone games in general. Because, my shtick is that I do what I can to make sure the party stays alive, because I had a feeling that in D&D, well, games in general, I know that there's some people out there who would understand this, that you will actually find you'll never know what your role is for a game unless you actually figure it out yourself. For me, I kind of realized that a support role is basically my thing, if you will. I like to play as the healer classes or the debuffer classes, if you will. My main food groups when it comes to D&D is cleric, bards, and no, not in order. That's not in order. My main food groups when it comes to D&D is the cleric, druid, and bard, in that order. That is my main food groups when it comes to D&D. They are... this soundtrack already? Have we... Huh. I think it was in the middle of that soundtrack when we actually... Okay. Golem, replay that to the beginning. Thank you. I mean, you'll never know until what kind of class suits you most until you actually tried it out yourself. This doesn't have to be in D&D. It can be any game in general, if you will. Mine, I am much more of the support type, if you will. Let's see. I need to go and put that foot there. So I gotta make sure I get to put that foot down. Let's see. It's alright, you're doing great. My characters I like you made so far is Celine, Violet, and Mira, but I know Violet more since I got to watch more of the Mario campaign. You know what? That is fair. I have made like a good chunk of characters so far when it comes to D&D, and I've yet to actually play out the rest of them. But I would love to find a campaign that actually suits them the best because, well, when it comes to Dungeons and Dragons, well, at least for my case, it opened up my level of creating characters a lot more than I thought, if you will. Like, the creation the well of creation really just opened up. I just like to create characters. Okay, so, and in fact, I really need to find time so I can actually stream doing character creation again, because it has been so long since we've actually done that. What is going on up there? Hold on a second. Woo! Wait, what? Ah, okay. It's no wonder what. So that's where the notification's about. All right, carrying on. Okay. Hold on, chat. Let me just let me get some water on me, and then we'll actually continue more of this. Okay? Okay. That actually feels a lot better. What the? Okay. Okay, I don't know why the mouse acted like that, but, okay, wow, okay, why the lag? Why the lag over there? That does not seem right. Was Selena goth? A cheerful goth? Celine, actually, well, yeah, she is actually she is actually what people would call a perky goth, if you will. And, Celine doesn't usually start off like that. Let me see if I can find her older, image, if you will. No, I do not want to, no, where is Celine's older image? No, not you. You're not right either. Hold on a second, let me see, if I can actually find Celine's... Oh, I think I have found it. Alright. Ah, there it is. In fact, Celine, when I first made Celine, it was all the way back in the circa era of 2021, which she actually looks more like this, if you will. And, she was meant to be for a one-shot that my ex-friend tried to host back in the time. And, I was so excited to play as the perky goth character, but somebody actually did well on the perkier... someone did play their character a lot more perkier and bubblier that it's a little bit hard for me to actually stand out, let alone, play my character kind of right. If anything, it feels like I've been overshadowed, and, well, and it can't really be helped. There have been times I did actually shine most as Celine, but I wish it could actually have been done better. So, it wasn't until, like, about, a couple years back, my friend Savage actually is about to host the Ravenloft campaign. And this requires us to go back all the way to level 1. And I had to ask myself, sometimes there has to be some level of sacrifice that needs to be done. So, alright, fine. Ungoth's your cleric. and I had to basically design what Celine would look like when she's like level 1. Basically the character that you are starting out of, if you will. And so Celine actually has to work her way back to her gothhood, if you will, which she slowly did. She's still perky, but she's starting to slowly discover herself, if you will. She actually realizes that darker makeup looks really nicer on her, and her old tabard is starting to look a little bit more worn and shabby. And so one little later down the line, she actually asks Ismark to see if she actually has something for her to actually wear, because her old tabard really has seen better days. So he actually gave her a black dress, which she is grateful for. She modified it to her tastes, and bam! Look at that. She's now back to her goth form. I'll bet that's now more of a goth nun, but she's still perky, still bright and bubbly, and actually Ismark finds her very stunning, which in her story, she actually is taken aback from this, but she's actually really happy about it, because it's the first time somebody actually got to see her the same way her sister's suitors would actually look at her. So yeah. I asked since I love goth, but she's a goth who's happy. I mean, I know that when it comes to goths, they would actually have originally they would have to be this the original goth template is that some of them have to be this nihilistic or apathetic, or they have to be gloomy and bunch. Yeah, I know, but it doesn't have to be that way. Because I know that there's some people out there who want to make their goth characters different, myself included. I decided to go for a little bit on the perky goth aesthetic. Besides, who doesn't like perky goths anyway? Okay, so we're going to actually start cleaning up. We're going to start cleaning up here, chat, and then afterwards we're going to go and start fixing up our line art, so that way it looks a little bit more polished than it was when we first start off with the rough line art. Doing the rough line art is kind of weird without context, but it really does help me allow me to draw a little bit faster, and it allows me to basically get this thing situated for the stream. Okay. Oh, almost missed the spot. Okay. Oh, no, wait, that's for the outlines for her armpit, if you will. Wait a minute. Shit. Did Melanthe wear a necklace? Well, not in a traditional sense, but I could give her the same necklace that I drew for her back in June Brides. But that would indicate that she's already a married woman at that point. Because, after all, she does take after her, village's tradition upon marriage. Anyway, Resser Polonite, hi, welcome back. Realm Wars, I didn't notice yet, but welcome back. Thank you for coming back. Okay, so there's got to be lots of fixing up here, but nothing to worry about. Okay. I think for the sake of her belly button ring, maybe we should actually leave a sort of indentation in there, or yeah, there we go. A sort of indentation. because Melanthe definitely has a belly button ring that she has there, alongside with a tattoo, but the tattoo is on the back. And I'm gonna give you 5 guesses where that tattoo is located on the back. Or maybe, no, I'll narrow it down to 3. I had a feeling, and if you guys are smart enough, you get a cookie. Okay, so let me go ahead and start drawing that there. Oh, forgot her toe beans. But yeah, I hope that you guys are enjoying this stream so far. Not often do we. It's been a while since we've actually done the swimsuit month, but yeah. Let me go ahead and yeah, that's a little toe because my brain is making sure it doesn't register that wrong. I think if I had to go over my list of to do when it comes to streaming, definitely finding time to draw out the rest of the Hyacinthus family line is among them. Because this family is basically expanding. Because in the Melanthe, after what happened to Melanthe in the Dirty Deeds game, she actually got to settle down with her beau that she met during their during her time in the demi-plane, if you will, Morco, which is basically this big guy over here. Where is he? Okay, I'm close. There he is. Okay. Yeah, this is the guy that Melanthe met during their time. During their time when in that pirate port when they're trying to leave, and it's though she actually is attracted to him because he's a half-orc, she became attracted to him romantically as they found out they have more things in common, and as such that she actually settles down with him emotionally. And another thing that it also helps that both of them are actually open monogamous. So they actually would still have some level of fun on the side while they're also still romantically attached to each other. And in the end of the Dirty Deeds game, Melanthe would eventually be having his child, and it's going to be a girl. And oh boy, I can't wait to actually draw out that kid when I finally get the chance. Oh hey, a little bit of an ad break, so we'll use this a little bit of a moment to rest up and relax. So I hope you actually appreciate the ad break notification, as we're going to be going on a small bit of a break, okay? Okay, okay. Hold on a second. Let me just use this moment to stand up and stretch. Ah! Whew! Oh God! I felt that! Oof! Ah! Okay. Okay, that actually is much needed. Whew! Okay, so let's see, what do we need to actually worry about next? Alright, her ears, her armpits, and the strings on her swimsuit. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so let's see. Oh, almost forgot this one because Melanthe does not have there we go. We're gonna go ahead and start working on that. I had a feeling this will definitely be replaced or changed. I don't know. Okay. There we go, there we go, there we go. Honey! Hi! Are you alright?
Yeah, I just ate too much today.
You ate too much?
Yeah.
I prepared too much then.
Oh, it's that. Plus, this morning I got some chocolate muffins for breakfast. I had 2 for breakfast and then 2 for lunch.
Oh, okay, that makes okay, alright, you know, that's fair. But are you gonna be alright though, sweet?
I'll be fine, but I might have another long day.
You're gonna be, well, I'm still gonna give you a big hug when you get home, okay?
I would greatly appreciate the hug. I also need to go pants shopping.
Again?
Well, we never did.
Oh, right, Vic.
And a pair of pants on Amazon is like $30.
So you're gonna try your chances in Target?
Target, maybe Ross.
All right. I'll still be waiting for you. You know that?
Honey, I'm probably not gonna do it today. You do realize I got such a long. I'm probably gonna have long days for the entirety of this week.
Okay, fair. It's just,
Ever since the 2 machines broke down, you know, we're working behind.
They're still not fixing that yet?
Well, they're supposedly got a quote on things today, but I've yet to hear back from them. Draw Melanthe?
Yep, because it's going to be for her. She is the winner for this month's swimsuit month.
What do we got for tops and bottoms?
Well, she's actually going to be wearing one piece, which is this is what Patreon actually voted for, if you will. Take it with a grain of salt. This is the swimsuit in choice this is the swimsuit in question that she's wearing.
Considering what Melanthe usually wears, I dare say that's family friendly.
I know, right? I was expecting this one to be the winner of the swimsuits.
Part of me wants to think that it's just doing it as a joke, which if so, it's a pretty good joke.
Maybe, but she would still make it work, knowing her.
Though, when she first received it, she'd probably look down on it and just be a little bit frustrated.
This is not my usual style, but I guess it'll just have to do.
So, just more coat in the background. Sorry, it's all they had in your size.
No, I'm not blaming. I don't blame you, darling. I don't. I'll just make this thing work. After all, with gifts like this, it's hard to find clothing my size. Yeah.
I'm not complaining.
I mean, yeah, she really does have one of her mom's gifts, if you will. Take that as you will.
A bountiful harvest.
Yep. And Emerald Marine, hi, welcome back. Okay, let me see that swimsuit again. There's some level of okay, so I think I may have an idea for this one. I think. How are you, besides your SO apparently dealing with busted machines at his workplace? I'm doing alright. I'm just excited to actually draw this thing out for Melanthe. Because it has been a while since I drew any content that's related to her.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't drawn any content related to her since June Brides month.
And Lord knows we have a fair bit number of fans of her. Hi, Azura.
Yeah.
I mean, for God's sake, she commissioned a piece of art between the two, of one being railed by the other.
Yeah, anyways, yeah. Yep. I mean, you're not entirely wrong. I'm actually surprised she's a fan favorite for Azura.
Every one of our friends is a fan favorite of your girls. I mean, you know mine.
That I do, sweetie. That I do. I mean, I did raise in the question of what would happen if I actually brought in Dione into a campaign that's similar to the Dirty Deeds. You will not let my character actually do anything aside from yours, won't you?
Well, no, but then again, there was a small part of me that'd be curious of what would happen if all this happened before she met Valen.
Oh! So, basically when Kogan is still... Okay! Oh. Now that actually raises much more of interesting questions.
That, or long after he's gone. Both Valen and Kogan are gone.
Oh, fuck, right. Yeah. Because
Elf Druid with Archdruidom can live up to 10,000 years.
10,000 years would make Dione a cranky Dione. And boy, it's a sight to be seen, which is pitiful and... Well, you might want to take a few steps back because she's kind of like, what happens if the Man Emperor of Mankind is let's just say she's kind of like had the similar vibes of the Emperor from TTS. Yep.
I think I shot out 3 thunderstorms just now.
No. It's more like, I think I just reverberated for, I think I reverberated 5 earthquakes just now. Is this all that happened since I just went onto this fucking mountain heap?
I mean, if we're going for...
RNG says hi, welcome back. I'm doing a piece for Swimsuit Month. RNG says, okay, it's a character of mine featured for Swimsuit Month. That's all that's happening here.
It was voted on.
Yep.
It was voted on, we're talking about old senile Dione.
Yep. Anyways, it's cool. I like swimsuits. Oh, good. Okay. Let's see. 1,000 years can give you such a crick in the neck, or it would make you the most grouchiest person in the entire room because, well, when
you've seen it all, done it all. What can surprise you anymore?
Seen it all, done it all. Your husbands are gone. So is your children. And it left you a sense of crankiness and loneliness. I'm actually kind of curious in doing that version of Dione now.
Well, we need to do it in a high-level campaign, which this is becoming our one that's coming up.
Pretty much. Okay, let me see if I actually got that swimsuit just right. It's holding on to its dear life in this one.
It is doing the God Emperor's work. I swear those strings must be made of ceramite.
I mean, you're not entirely wrong. You're not entirely wrong at all.
That or they're made of ferro frag brick.
Okay, and now I wonder what Mikoto would look like in a swimsuit, because we always see her D&D characters in swimsuit.
Who's asking this?
I mean, That is a good question. Seeing
I
myself...
don't have that wonder.
No, like, seeing me in a swimsuit, dear.
I know. I don't have to wonder.
Okay, hold on. I need to fix that titty. I need to...
Just saying that without a hint of irony.
What? I mean, I have to make sure it's just about right.
I know.
Cause clothing cause sometimes clothing can do something to the body. Like, it can actually give some level of curves and indentations and I'm trying my best to make sure I got that just about right. Does that make more sense? Yee. Okay. I haven't done swimsuit month since all the way back in last year. So I'm happy I get to actually try my best on taking a crack at this again. So let me actually go ahead and work on this. And let's turn this thing off for a little bit so we can see what it looks like. And where's Melanthe's reference? Okay, no, that's Saflin. That's the wrong sister. There we go. Okay, so let's see. I think I may have gotten her hair just about a little bit right. I did ask my friends on who else.
I got 3 slab pours that we just did. Do you have time to break today or tomorrow?
Depends on the nature of them and what we need to cap them with.
It's concrete.
Oh dear.
As you would. I mean, it's 4-inch.
Okay, I had to mute, sorry about that, fellas. I had to mute him real fast, so, yeah. So that way, you don't have to hear that. Okay. The coast clear, honey?
Coast is clear. Sorry about that.
It's okay. You're okay. I had to quickly mute you so the chat doesn't need to hear that.
Yeah, I'm sure they're not interested in talking shop with me.
Maybe so, but you'll never know if there's some sleuths in the chat.
Sleuths?
I don't know. Maybe it's just me who's just, been thinking a little bit too hard. Anyways, onto Melanthe. I would love to actually play as Melanthe again, but it's gonna be really hard for me to play as her in a vanilla setting compared to how I did in the Dirty Deed setting, if you will. But you know what? I think I might bite. I think I might also bite on the idea of...
Hello!
Oh, hi, Jay!
What's up?
Doing alright. Currently drawing a piece for Swimsuit Month.
You know, it just occurred to me that it's still technically summer.
I know. It has been nothing but 100s for the past several days.
I still haven't had a chance to go swimming yet this year.
Ugh. I want to go swimming before the pool, community pools is closed up. Okay, so. But yeah, because I have a side project which is doing the temperature blanket this year. I feel it. I know Steve feels it worse, but I felt it in the air. It has been nothing but the 100s for the past. Let me just check my my chart real fast. Since the 6th, it has been nothing but the 100s.
Yikes.
This blanket is going to be very red, and I think I'm going to need to go to Hobby Lobby so I can get more red yarn.
And I've been on the front line of that heat.
Dear God. Honey, I hope you hydrate and put some sunscreen.
That's the benefit of being at the other office, son. They have cleaner water.
Oh,
Instead of just a
dear.
bunch of bottles.
Hold on, wait, what's the temperature right?
What?
Oh, it hurts to look at it. The temperature right now is 107.
That does explain a bit.
Remember, Chad, please. Remember to hydrate. Remember to stay cool and stay indoors because I don't think this summer is going to leave with a whimper.
Nope. It's leaving with a flamer in its hand and just a heavy trigger finger.
Oh dear. I think I should tell. Oh gosh, I have to tell House Gremlin to stay indoors, but oh, she won't listen.
No,
She
she
is going
won't.
to melt.
She's going to melt. Oh dear.
All right.
She's going to
Oh,
melt
this-
like a gosh darn chocolate bar.
Oh dear.
This is unfortunately where I do need to go because break is over. I need to get back to work.
All right, you take care, sweetie.
I'll do my best and I'll be sure to stay hydrated.
All right, love you.
Love you too. Oh.
All right, so. Oh boy, but please, no, seriously, make sure you guys stay in a cool environment and stay hydrated because this summer is not pleasant. At least where I'm from, actually. Alright, so we're gonna work on doing the hair strands onto Melanthe's hair and... Oh, hi, Afton!
It be swimsuit season.
Yes! And the swimsuit that was won for this Patreon vote is something that I did not kind of expect.
I mean, shouldn't you at least expect it because this is Melanthe, one of the more one of the more recently popular characters.
Well,
You were gonna say attractive, weren't you?
look,
Yes, I was gonna say attractive.
I don't honestly blame you, though. I mean, it warms the cockles of my heart that I did actually create a character that people find attractive to.
I mean, like, personally, like, this is just a weird bias of mine. I kind of like seeing her sister, Saflin, but she hasn't popped up a lot recently.
Well, I've yet to find a forever campaign that actually would allow her to see how she is, you know? Plus, I've never also
Like, she's,
played a mercy monk before, let alone a monk in general.
I would say playing a monk, there's some things to, of course, look out for, and that is, of course, your key rationing.
Hmm.
Because, as someone who's played a monk themselves, don't use all of your things at once, because I did that in Tyranny of Dragons with a bunch of maggots.
Oh no.
It was funny though, because I then had to rely on, well, mirror image.
Ah! A Daryuku!
Hello.
Dario! Hello!
Yeah, Tario. I had to like rely on silence to get us through that whole castle siege.
Oh dear.
And two of the party members had heavy armor.
Oh dear. Well, sorry about that, but fellas, I am going into a tunnel.
Noted. Also, Jay, how you doing? And of course, the great mummy lord and fellow hilarious man. How you doing?
Not too bad.
Hello, hilarious man, that's what he says.
What? You good, Gremlin?
Hey, Gremlin!
You doing okay?
It's so hot.
Oh. How hot is the bean over there?
107
Jeez.
Fahrenheit.
I mean, it's been quite cold here. Sometimes I wish it was possible to have people trade locations with another person dead easily.
My skin also is dusty.
Gremlin, hang on, I got a chill chalky milk for you.
Let's give me
Don't
the
you do so.
appreciate this. Okay.
Nothing like a refreshing chilled prune juice.
I didn't get you prune juice!
You have prune
My flesh! It burns!
What the? Oh my goodness, guys, get the chocolate milk. I'm gonna grab Great Restoration. Don't worry, Grandma. Don't worry,
Where's the
Grandma.
beverage I gave her?
Feeling better now?
has been revivified.
Good.
Yes. And now how Screaming needs to go use the bathroom though.
Oh yeah, prune juice.
Yeah, that'll probably do it.
Baba Yaga says hi!
Wait, Baba Yaga?
Wait,
Oh no.
as in that Baba Yaga?
That Baba Yaga.
No, she was
Beware.
referring to my... No, she's referring to my Holly, aka the Baja Yaga.
So, wah.
I can't tell if you're
Hey
joking.
guys, what did I miss?
Apparently Baba Yaga says hi.
Yeah. Should we be worried?
I
Should I
don't
start?
know. Bro, I am actually confused but afeared.
I mean,
I don't know how to tell you guys this, but Baba Yaga does not like me.
why
Oh
does
no.
wait? Explain.
Listen, I might have adopted one of her granddaughters.
Oh no.
Right. How is that a bad thing?
Thing is, she's been chasing after me ever since.
Look, just get her a nice new mortar and pestle to ride on, and you should be fine. And if
Tried
that doesn't,
that.
and if that doesn't work, just offer up some delicious children for her to eat.
No,
I
we are
don't
not
want
doing
to
that
offer
last one.
No, we will not succumb to that. Yet.
Oh come on, there's other children you could use. You're telling me that they're just gonna use those extra kids for another Kids Bop album?
Wait, what? What? Now I'm confused.
Well, I think there's. I don't know how. Wait, how do we know Baba Yaga says hi? Who says that?
It was the
The
gremlin. who-
gremlin
Gremlin.
did.
I'm not surprised.
Hey, Foo.
Hey, Boo.
Hello, my.
Oh,
hello,
what's
Ernie.
good?
A lot of things, or not much. I don't know. I woke up from a nap.
Ah, you
It's
know
a good
that's
siesta
fair.
kind of day.
Is it a good nap or a bad nap?
It's an after work nap.
Oh,
Would that-
it's one of
would
those
that be a-
naps. But then again, that's probably one of the most refreshing kind of naps you can have.
depending on how well rested you feel. Just
Yeah, it really depends on the workload, really.
let's
I
see.
mean, today was a truck day.
Ooh.
Oh.
You know, I like truck days. It means I get to drive the forklift.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Oh, nice.
Forklift certified.
Let's see.
Indeed.
Speaking of Baba Yaga, there's an interesting early access called Rekka that involves the lore. Non-horror away at the moment as early access. Oh,
Yeah, I
interesting.
played that a while back. I got to watch it.
Just feed Gremlin to Baba Yaga. No, we're not feeding
No, we are
Gremlin to
not
Baba Yaga.
Are you sure it would solve a lot of problems we have around the inn?
Look,
No.
no,
Two
Jay,
birds,
as a
one
fellow
stone.
Fae, Jay, as a fellow Fae, I do not atone sacrificing other Fae to more powerful Fae, or in this case, a powerful hag.
Look, and besides, we don't even know what she's capable of doing if she does consume Gremlin.
Oh,
yeah, in all
that's
honesty,
another-
she could explode into glitter, or be the end of days.
Well, here's the thing. Baba Yaga mostly just keeps to herself. She just wants to live in her forest undisturbed.
And eat the occasional children.
And eat the occasional children that happen to wander in there.
Okay.
Hold on, I just got a notification from Gremlin's phone. In the phone, it says, just met Baba Yaga at water plane. What the fuck? Well, that could explain how she was able to meet her there then. Why are they doing selfies with? Oh dear. Okay, I think that there's some things I definitely should ask Gremlin about.
It's always good to at least question her and her. Well,
Always question the gremlin.
Maybe? But then again, we will never get a straight answer from House Gremlin. Trust me, we all tried.
I mean, I'm still trying to interview them.
You just need to be able to find the answer within the chaos, which is what I'm working on.
Okay, so let's see. I think this looks pretty good for Melanthe's line art for this.
I'd say it's solid.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be looking nice.
I mean, look, of all the swimsuits that is basic, these are the last 3 swimsuits that are like the top 3 that needs to be picked. Out of every single one, out of these 3 swimsuits, this one, swimsuit A, is the winner for this. I was expecting swimsuit C.
I mean, I
Come
would
along,
pick
take
A.
over.
I mean,
It
you always
would look
didn't there yet,
Go
no.
for something more flowery.
I mean, have you seen what my swimsuit looked like?
Yep,
God,
we've
looks
seen it.
similar.
Okay. Wait a minute, I
Also-
can't really do line weight like that. Okay, yes?
Oh, sorry, like, I'm kind of like doing something in the background, not sure why I'm having like a late night miniature making thing because of the kit. I think it's just because of Kit Bash prep, because it's coming out in 3 weeks.
Oh?
Yeah. And apparently it's now making me be like, hey, why not make some minis that you could get ready for kit bashing?
It's not a bad, that doesn't sound like a bad idea.
Yeah, but now the idea of a centaur warlord has came into my head, and now I'm going to like, what color should I make him?
I guess something that suits well to the characters in question? I don't know. Do you see them with darker colors or brighter colors? Or neutral?
I see them with oh, sorry, carry on.
Or neutral colors, if you will.
I see them with mostly darker colors because, weirdly, the inspiration is from the Night Moiser.
Huh. Alright,
Or-
let's...
The Night Mora, which are like, well, based on the nightmare.
Alright, I guess it's time for us to compile all this and let's all color up this swimsuit. You know, I just asked this thing in my... I know I asked this thing into another side of the inn, but I can't help but actually ask again out of pure curiosity, but... Who do you say, which one of you guys, which one of my girls that I've made so far is basically your favorite?
Hard for me to say.
See them. I would
It's a
need to
tough
see them
one.
again because I think I've suggested this before. I think you need to have like a channel where there's like references of your characters along with like a short bio.
That is
Yeah, like-
actually fair. I am considering making a wiki.
I mean,
You know, actually, I do
I'm pretty
have
sure-
something for you.
Huh?
Makoto, have you ever heard of a website called Toy House?
Yes,
Nope, never
that's a
heard
good
of it
one.
before.
it's really good.
It is a really good site that is in alpha build right now. Well, it's been in alpha for a while. But it basically allows you to create a dedicated wiki to not just your characters, but the worlds they reside in.
Oh.
Wait,
And it is very, very handy. And I just so happen to have an invite code I've been itching to give to someone.
ooh, that is
I-
quite good. Good
It-
offer.
It would help me out with the yokai festival.
Oh, also, like, I'm pretty sure you've actually done that in another server, Mickey, because, you did it in the Altia, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah, Quarry server. It's
Yeah,
the-
like, I had to, like, check to see if you did that again, and yeah, you did.
Well, it has been a while since I've actually made any new entries, so that definitely needs to be sorted out. But I'm also considering making one into so that way everyone can actually see and have a refresher of sorts.
That would actually be another question to ask. Would you allow other people to do it as well, too?
I mean, it's usually by thread for now because I don't know how Corey and the mods actually made it work for her server.
Oh, I may actually have a bit of experience in that, on how they made that. Like, what you have to do, you have to add a server, and then there's like 3 different. Then you have to go into like an extra mod, and it's called a it's called a thread. It's called a thread chat.
Okay, hold that thought. I need to actually do this bit when it comes to Melanthe because now I know when it comes to this style of dye, it's usually now when it comes to this kind of particular hairstyle, it's usually dyed, but in Melanthe and Safflin's case, it's not really that case. It's actually all natural because of the Eladrin genes that comes into question.
Oh, so like in direct sunlight, it just dyes completely blonde, or is it like the tips are just pink?
The tips are always going to be pink.
Maybe she's born
I
with
think-
it. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe she's born
mean-
with it. Maybe.
Pure-blooded Eladrin.
The full pure-blooded Eladrin is Dione. She's basically half Eladrin, if you will. And I imagine this is what one of the few traits she has as a half Eladrin. Gotta have some unique characteristics that separates them from the other half elves.
Like, it's kind of still strange that they haven't made like a half Eladrin for D&D. It's still weird that they don't have made one like that yet.
I'm actually surprised too. In fact, so I just did the next best thing and just roll with a half elf, but just say she's half Eladrin.
I'm shocked we haven't gotten a dog race yet. Considering we have rabbits, birds, cats, elephants, hippos, turtles, fish.
And
Yeah, we have like,
I'm
we
sorry,
have
what
like
are we talking
stickers and
about?
lichens. D&D races.
Yeah.
Yeah, dog. Yeah, Fu here's been saying that we haven't had an official dog race yet, which personally, like, you could actually do that with kobolds.
Yeah, technically. I mean, Delicious in Dungeon did that with kobolds.
No,
Yeah,
wait.
but
Oh, sorry. Do you want me to? Sorry.
I think that I might be getting my fantasy thing, but aren't kobolds alright? Yep, playable race in D&D.
Yeah, but
They are,
apparently
but sometimes they're
to-
portrayed as lizard people.
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
D&D.
the version lizard in D&D is more on like mini dragons.
Yeah, like basically D&D what basically made kobolds lean more into the draconic / reptilian side, while in other cultures and even some original editions of D&D, and according to the Dungeons and Dragons, no, not Delicious and Dungeons author, apparently she inspired their kobolds from what the games that her dad played, which originally also shared the same designs of the dog kobold. So if you think about it, you could make a variant of kobold that isn't reptiles, but are more dog-like.
I mean, it does vary between like lore and stories, because I know like in some versions like lamias have the lower body of snakes, but in other stories they have the lower bodies of lion.
It is true, yeah.
This is
Like,
true.
sometimes- This leads to the conflations that Lamia and Naga eventually have.
Yeah, like, aren't they the same
basic-
thing, but
They are
Sorry.
treated like they're the same thing, but the problem is that like fundamentally they're technically different according to mythology. I mean, you don't always think of harpies as being like the bird people, right?
Well, I think it's also like, weren't sirens technically in some versions, they were basically like the upper body of a person, and the lower body is essentially all bird?
Yeah, that's what it was. I was getting my
that-
See, that's just it. Harpies and sirens get mixed up.
I prefer like the version of where the siren's more like a variant of mermaid, which serenade the sailors off the edge of ships.
Oh, I'm actually making a distinction with that with Agency of Magic, in that sirens take the appearance of more predatorial fish compared to your typical mermaid. Like, say, they would have more shark-like attributes.
That would make a lot more sense. And
Would it make more sense?
sorry, just looking at chat real fast. Continue.
I was just gonna say more like, wouldn't that make more sense for them to be more like ambush hunters, since they more like lure their prey in?
Ooh, he does have a point.
Oh dear, looks like Gremlin really did made a mess in the bathroom. That's another thing I need to do when we go to intermission.
What's
Wait!
Oh.
Okay, guys, hear me out.
Okay.
A siren that's designed after an anglerfish.
Yes, I was actually gonna say that.
I
Like,
mean,
have you done
what was
that
that?
for one yet?
Remember that like big monster fish that they had in the SpongeBob movie? Just have like the little mermaid at just like the angle bit, and then just have it dragged into the mouth.
I mean, yeah. Speaking of sirens, who here has actually watched the most or listened to the most recent edition of the Epic Saga?
I need to
haven't.
get around to it.
I've yet to listen to the rest.
Hey, Dave.
It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful.
Okay, time for me to work
I've
on.
only heard of like a clip of it, and because Rachel likes to play that thing that's gotten popular on Instagram so much.
Wait, which one?
It's like, but I'm scared of the ocean or something like that. Oh, it'll be fine.
That is suffering. That is a good one.
Alright, so let's go do her eyes.
On a related note to that, to the original topic that we were going on, I know that at some point Mario and Zelda both had dog-like species that were in their, respective universes that they also barely touched on.
Yep.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so in the first Paper Mario games, the first two anyway, there was this race called the Dugans, which, yeah, they're just dog people.
Huh.
And in the original Zelda games, like I'm talking like the first two, there are these dog race of people called the Gorias, and they were known for throwing boomerangs. They were basically just dingo people.
The dingo? The dingo.
My God.
Although some depictions also gave them a more bulldog-like face.
Although now I'm just imagining they existing still.
What kind of bulldog are we talking here?
Frenchie, according to Link's Awakening.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
I'm sorry, just hearing dogs and boomerangs, and I'm just thinking, my God, they had Thylacaleos in thylacines in the Zelda universe, which means Ty the Tasmanian Tiger was in Zelda.
Oh my God! I only played like one game of the Ty the Tasmanian Tiger series, and of all things, it was the sequel. It was the first one. It was the second one, I mean.
Well, the second is probably the best game in the franchise.
If only the
Fair.
Tasmanian. If
Although
only the Tasmanian.
I went in missing a lot of the context, which kind of messed up the story for me.
But speaking of dogs, though, I'm gonna say something that's a little bit outlandish out there to some people, but I find pugs cute.
Okay.
I mean, that's perfectly okay, but still, like,
Just
They
know that
are.
just know that the French aristocracy are bastards.
I was just gonna say, like, if you're ever considering having a pug, like, you gotta do your research and
You
maybe
really
also
gotta
look
do
at
their
it.
research.
I think if anything, I would try to find a. I think if anything, I need to find a pug that is basically that of If I
Although that being
that is.
That being said,
Hmm?
sorry.
Sorry.
Finish your thought. Finish your thought.
I would rather find a pug that someone actually bred them enough that they could breathe.
Oh, that's actually
actually,
related
that's
to what I
going
was
on.
gonna say.
Huh?
There is a actual
There's
pug
actually-
restoration project.
Yeah, that's actually what I was gonna bring up. There's actually a flat-faced dog restoration project, and it's showing results. They're actually starting to look like dogs again.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, at the moment, there's some here's an example of the French bulldog in the images right here.
All right.
This
I'm
is what
also
they-
gonna share this to chat so that everyone will actually look at them.
Is that one of the pictures? That is essentially a French bulldog.
Yeah.
Oh.
The one
It
on
is
the
a
right is
breed-
actually starting to look like a dog again.
Yeah, this is from a breeder in the Netherlands. Essentially, it's trying to restore the bottlenecking effect that's been happening for the last over 200 years.
You know what? Screw you. Unselectively breeds your bulldog.
Wow! Although, weirdly, you guys talked about the Tasmanian tiger, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, I joked about it because they said there was like dingoes with like boomerangs. I'm like, wait, that's like it's like the Tasmanian tiger, which is actually not truly a true tiger, which is actually more closer to like Tasmanian tiger than Tasmanian devils and actual tigers.
Yeah. What's actually weird is even though on paper, the thylacine or the Tasmanian tiger has been extinct since 1986, but apparently there's been numerous claims of sightings of them.
I thought it was 1940, 1930 they went extinct?
No, apparently, the only one the last known Tasmanian tiger, died in Herbert Zoo in the 1930s, which they were declared officially extinct when that happened. However, there's been cases over the last few years after that there have been some sightings of them, but
Yeah,
no
that-
confirmed captures.
There's some. Yeah, that tends to happen. That out of nowhere, extinct species will just come back again at random.
It's called the Lazarus taxon. That's literally what they're classified under.
Not gonna lie, it's the coolest name I've ever heard.
Yeah,
I
essentially
mean, yeah,
the
Lazarus is just a
taxon.
cool name, period.
Yeah, the Lazarus taxon is essentially a taxon that disappears for one or more periods of a fossil record, only to just appear again later. The Coelacanth is possibly one of the best examples of this.
Oh yeah, koala camps are cool.
I haven't left the server. I've been placing I'm waiting for the patch notes for me to come back.
Yeah, there's also some other
Oh,
cases as well too.
I
Like the
actually got a
Lapland
related note
giant.
on that.
Huh?
Okay, so question: How many of you guys have seen Atlantis: The Lost Empire?
I have.
Yes.
So here's the thing: Whitmore has a fish tank in the background, right?
Uh-huh.
One of them being a coelacanth.
Yeah, he has a coelacanth in there, and this story takes place in the 1910s, a couple decades before the coelacanth were ever rediscovered in the wild. The guy basically had a living fossil in his fish tank, showing that he is more than capable of keeping an extraordinary secret.
Ah, yes, I didn't actually
Oh,
realize
a
that.
secret test of character.
Exactly.
Oh, fick.
Although,
Cool.
this is a weird species. What is this, to be precise? The Takahe. What is this? It looks like a proto-dodo bird. This
So
is
let's
apparently one of the
see.
species
She-
in the Lazarus taxons. Putting in images.
Okay, maybe it's because of how I actually designed Melanthe, but tell me, does she actually look good in this or nah?
I think so.
I think she looked
I'm
alright.
liking it.
Yeah, I mean, I have no comments. The swimsuit isn't fully colored yet.
The swimsuit may
Yeah.
not be fully colored, but she is really looking really good so far.
I have
mean-
to say, I love the volume in her hair.
Oh, very much so. Although, personally, I would cut 2 small sides out of the side parts of the brief section just to show off hip bones.
What?
Oh! That would
Oh,
actually be a nice idea. Maybe I'll do that as an
Which one?
alt.
oh yes. Wait, does this
That
also have
is-
like one of those mesh as well too, or no?
Like a sarong?
A sarong, yeah. I did not know what the name was for them.
Okay, now it's time for me to find.
What on earth is so wrong?
It's
You ever
the
see, like-
little,
Basically this, Jay, the wrap over there on the waist.
like if you've
Oh.
ever seen my demon
I always
mode,
just
the
thought it
little,
was called a sash or something.
You know,
Thought that too.
that's
I mean,
the
that's not
sneaky-
an unreasonable assumption to make, right?
I honestly don't blame you for making that mistake. You know, it's okay. Oh boy.
Technically speaking, in my demon mode, the loincloth I have is styled like a sarong.
Oh boy, time to play the game of where the fly handbasket is Melanthe's earring.
Wait a minute. Because now I'm just going for
No,
extinct
that's
species. Thanks a lot, Jay.
Oh, speaking of the Silacines, did you know there is a movie about where
Diamonds.
Silacines?
What?
Drop.
You mean where color camps?
No.
Where Tasmanian tigers? It is called Howling 3, the Marsupials.
What?
Oh my goodness, it actually exists.
What?
There it is. Okay, I found Melanthe's earring. Okay.
Yeah, like we're all confused, aren't we?
I am beyond lost in this one.
Yeah. So, what was the last just having?
But yeah, that's how Swimsuit looks like the kind my VTuber artist ended up putting me in because she does have to redesign things to be Twitch TOS.
Yeah.
I mean,
terms of service.
thinking about it now, maybe that's another reason why this swimsuit possibly won.
Yeah, it's like kind of dancing the line, like an Irish jig.
Like, yeah, if you can kind of see it in the sidebar of what I look like.
I mean, I always liked that. Ooh, yeah, I like how it looks. It kind of almost looks like a kimono.
And I'm
Well,
just
I
gonna,
mean, that's just a rash guard.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put something in the TV chat.
By the way, on the kit bashing thing, when I was watching it, yes, you can actually increase the size of certain parts of the body, which means
What?
guess who's going to be getting a
What?
mini soon, Phil?
Oh boy.
All right, Melanie, you take care and thank you for coming.
Well, I need to ask which form because if it's demon mode, you're making the muscles larger. If it's default mode, you're making the butt larger.
I am perfectly okay with doing the default because, like, this is just like a weird preference of mine. I prefer not doing like very built characters, like very
Okay, same
very
color.
muscular.
Okay. Oh, so yeah, I just realized. Oh, you were talking about the hands, not the butt. Just where my
Yeah.
brain's at.
I am
It's okay.
thinking of a nice shade of color from Melanthe's repertoire of her color choices.
Like magenta.
Nah, this shade of color that I picked from Melanthe.
So more of a violet color.
Mm-hmm.
What? No, violet's more pinkish.
Hmm.
What is? It's purple.
Although, like, when you actually ask that question on like who's the hottest character, I mean, like, very tough question, but like it kind of made me go back on like some of the other characters you've made,
Mm-hmm.
and one of them that's kind of been in my head for quite some time, but has had nothing come through is Gwen. Your Harvest Paladin.
Oh, Gwen! Right!
Yeah, because, like, as you know, I'm a massive fan of Heliana's Guide, so...
I think I have an idea for the flower pattern. I may have an idea how to make this work. I think I have the right brush for the job, too. I just need a dig. Diggy the hole, diggy diggy hole. There we go.
Although, damn, now I'm just thinking of like Mickey doing a dwarf character. I don't think she's ever done a dwarf. I think I said this previously.
Actually, I'd like to see what you do with a dwarf.
Short stack.
Yeah,
that's not
short
true.
stack. Short
Wait,
stack.
wait, what? Hold
Short
on.
stack.
Everyone wants a short stack?
Short stack. Short
Stack,
stack.
short stack.
Oh.
I mean, that's not what I was thinking. I was just thinking.
I mean,
To be fair, Mickey has drawn dwarves before.
I heard short stack and I came running.
Put it in the chat, people. Put it in the chat, people. Short stack, strong fat. Short stack, strong fat.
Yeah.
although like, we could all agree, like, I'm mostly curious on how Mickey would do a dwarves, given the fact that many artists do dwarves very differently.
It is
Again, she already has.
Oh yeah, simple.
Well, wait, whom?
Dave's
That would
character.
be mine. Yeah, 1 second.
Yeah, please, we need evidence of this first.
Yeah, I'll get it. Just give me a moment.
Is simple
Thank you.
Is everyone actually demanding evidence to fucking
Listen,
Yes.
you, okay, Miki. You have a reputation for making very tall characters, okay?
Yeah.
I wonder where that comes from.
Hey, oh.
I'm just saying, we want to see what you would do with other types.
Especially like with a dwarf, which are very like, what the best way is to say bulk, round, and well, full of ale.
What do you think of this color pattern for her swimsuit?
Beautiful.
I like the fact you gave her bi-colors.
Well, huh. It kind of does feel like that, isn't it? Despite that she's
Oh my
actually
goodness.
pan.
Purple, pink, and light blue. Bi-colors.
It's not the right shade of blue though.
Have you ever heard the Windrose's rendition of Diggy Diggy Hole? They also done Deep Rock Galactic Song. I've yet to hear that out.
Windrose, yes, they are essentially the first ever band to be globally known as dwarf rock.
Right, I have put my simple commission in the TV chat.
Let us see this glorious.
But the way I
Wait, he's a
Remember
dwarf?
this?
but
He's a dwarf.
That is in fact a dwarf, yes.
But the way I
I'd
always
say-
remember the colors for the bi flag is always it's a sunset.
Ah!
You always have light pink at top, purple at the bottom, and then blue, the dark blue as the horizon.
Like, what game is this from, Dave?
This is Dungeons and Dragons and the anime 5e homebrew.
Ah, Anime 5A, yeah. That's actually one I don't have a lot of knowledge on.
Yeah,
I know a lot of
so-
people I know play it, but not so much.
So
Like
this
carry
is
on.
my second character in the anime 5e. My first attempt was sort of a one-shot that turned into more like a 5-shot, where I tried to play one of their custom classes called a Bender, a la Avatar style. I put way too many points into movement instead of attack ability, and so my character couldn't hit anything. So I decided to go for the other extreme with this one. So this
What
is
the
simple.
Wait a minute. I think I did an oopsie.
Why'd you
no,
do an
an
oopsie one?
Oopsie?
Yeah? I'm trying to figure out where I placed the background sketch. Uh-oh.
What do
Although-
you-
That's no good.
That's
not
bad. Oh, there it is! Okay! Ah!
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Oh, Lord, I almost shat bricks.
Though, like, I think we could I feel like here's the interesting thing that I feel like theoretically could happen if Mickey were to have a dwarf. Okay, I need people's opinions on this. Yes or no? Mickey will turn a dwarf into Pixar mom build.
No, not really. I don't see it.
I mean, listen, if my last comments didn't say it, there's a reason why I have two different forms, one being incredibly tall and one being incredibly short.
Yeah. So, for simple,
It's less Pixar mom pair and more like apple body build.
Yeah, that's the one I'm referring to, not the pear one, the apple body one.
You're saying, Dave?
Yeah, so with simple, I went the exact opposite and went with a custom class that's called the Martialist, which basically it purely exists to be a weapon specialist, no other fancy abilities, no magic by default, and even after I commissioned this, a whole bunch of other stuff has happened to all of the party members on this story. We have a half Nekogen, half orc named Turok, who likes to punch shit. Let's see. There is Faz, who is literally Faz playing as himself. He's basically a Frankenstein chimera is the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Then there is Greek, who is the grung cleric of the party. Although he's more like a paladin in terms of the amount of power he commands.
It's kind of a little bit scary, isn't it?
It's even better when you realize that he's shorter than Simple is, because grung, he's like half Simple's height.
Growing on notoriously small.
I wonder, do you think this looks better on a sunset or on a or midday?
I say probably more like a little bit like after sunset, so you get more like the cooler, like the warmer pinks and oranges to kind of go with the purples.
Something along the lines of like a Twilight scene.
I think I need to reference this to Twilight.
Hang on, I got a really good. Actually, you know that on a coastline, the picture I got doesn't really work. Hold on.
What is going on with my mouse? Why is it so jittery?
Are you using a wireless mouse or a wireless mouse?
Wireless mouse.
Yeah, wireless mouse would be a little bit more like they could be a bit more laggy, I could say.
It wasn't this laggy as it was before.
Check the underside of the mouse's laser for loose hairs or anything like that.
Yeah.
Well, there is some sort of a piece of debris that is underneath it, but let me see if cleaning that out works. Yeah, that's much better.
Yeah, laser mouse, that will be the issue.
Okay, so I am in... Okay, now I need to figure out what I need for a sunset appearance. I need a twilight, I need twilight colors on the beach.
Do you need twilight colors?
I need a twilight sunset on the beach.
Gotcha.
Okay. So...
I got two right here.
Okay, so where is this at?
Yeah, I'm just putting them in TV chat. There you go.
Whoa! Wow! I forgot how. Wow. Okay. I forgot how beautiful this thing is. So.
Yeah, it's one of those things that I adore.
I don't know how I'm gonna pull this thing off, but I'll pull a Hail Mary and figure that one out.
It's like a mixture of violet going into light pinks and then like a very, like almost like a pinkish orange.
So like a peach.
Yeah, a peach. Thank you.
Wait a minute. What am I doing? I could just color pick it.
Yeah, just color pick
Yep.
it. It's easy.
Oh, for feck's sake.
Look at this goober over here.
Goober,
Okay.
goober,
Goober, goober.
You're a
goober.
goofy goober, yeah.
Hey.
Dude, I feel like there needs to be a sound effect that we could just play at any time.
No, what it needs to be is, you know, the one image where it's like Patrick laying on the ground and he's got like the nailed board into his forehead. Just that, but it's Gremlin.
Yes.
Yeah. That
Only
would be a
it's-
great emote.
Only instead
That
of a
would be
board, it's a
amazing.
tablet with like the stylus embedded into her forehead.
Yeah.
No, not in the forehead. Not in the forehead. It's just through the ears.
Okay, so let's see. It's been a while since I did a sunset style rendering for this, but for the sake of this image, it needs to be done. But how about we actually take a 10-minute break so we can actually work on that? So I'll see you guys in 10 minutes, okay?
See ya.
Bye.
Yeah, like they have the.
All
they
right,
have
I'm
the
back.
thing.
Welcome back.
Oh,
Hey.
welcome back.
Thank you for waiting.
We can continue this later.
What's going on?
Oh, while you've been gone, I've been asking some help on designing this. Well, Centaur Warlord. I was designing in Hero Forge.
Oh, okay. All
We're
right.
just like having issues with the helmet.
What's wrong with it?
Like, do you want me to show or?
Well,
I don't want to go to attendance. Yeah, that I can. No time just at the moment.
that's by the leg. Okay, I need to turn off Melanthe so I can see what I'm actually doing here. What the hell? Why is my? Why are you suddenly lagging?
Have you disconnected the mouse and reconnected it?
I've yet to actually do that, so let me see if that actually does something. I'll put you behind my computer later, so let me see if this works. There you go, it's much smoother. Something's wrong. It's either my external USB port is starting to show its age, or decides to be a butt. Okay. So we're just gonna put Melanthe away for a bit, so I can actually select this. And oh dear. Okay. No. Yes. Okay. This full content disclosure, I rarely did painted backgrounds like this. So this might be a bit of a challenge, if you will. So okay. I may or may not get this thing completely 100% right, so fingers crossed. Okay. Alright, let's see. But I didn't keep you guys waiting for too long, have I?
It's fine.
No, we've just been passing the time.
Oh, good. Okay, so, using this as reference, okay. No, that's terrible. That's, okay, that's bad. That's bad. Okay. Okay, that's painful. Okay. Now then, let me see if I can actually get this thing right. Okay. I think I'll have to make that thing a little bit lighter, or I may not get this thing 100% right, you guys, so
It's a learning experience.
it is definitely going to be a learning experience. One that I have to fumble over so I can actually find out I'm doing this right. Most of the time this will be a background that'll be this background is going to be blurred, so that because the main focus is going to be centered towards Melanthe, because she is the main subject to this. It's how we actually did when it comes to the previous swimsuit month projects we did in the past. But I think I'm going to need a brush for this one.
So I think Antaria dipped.
Yeah. Oh. Well, I'm glad that he was able to make time, if you will.
Yeah.
But you know, I could imagine Melanthe actually doing this during their time in the into the pirate port, where the rest of the party in the Dirty Deeds games had to stay during the time, because it was in a port desert. It was in a pirate port, and Melanthe actually got to meet Marco there, which is her beau, and yeah, I had a feeling that they were actually. This is probably one of their scenarios that they went for a date, if you will, there. But no, Melanthe will not do that in a beach setting, would she? Not if you're careful. Because
Like, you gotta find.
it's just PSA for those who a little bit of a PSA out there. Don't basically do that in the beach, because sand will get everywhere, especially when it comes to the feminine demographic.
I'm
Hey,
grabbed
no-
dip too. So see ya.
All right, thank you for coming,
Oh.
Fu.
Bye.
I mean, don't forget the male component as well.
Yeah.
Get to know that's torture.
Oh dear. 'Cause sand gets basically everywhere, man.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
Let's see.
The problem is you can never get rid of it, because the moment you go into the ocean to clean it off, you're walking back through it again when you get out.
That's the
Yeah.
worst.
They don't do. Yeah. Like, it's like sandpaper without the paper.
I think I found the brush for the job.
Mm.
I was in Clip Studio Paint, that's why. I mean, I'm in the Clip Studio Asset Library because I'm fumbling on this thing with that. I don't know what the flag handbasket I'm doing.
Okay, so I saved it. I wonder what it looks like with other poses.
Okay, so we're just going to blur this thing out. I don't know what the handbasket I'm doing. Okay. Okay, so I had a feeling Azura is going to go absolutely apeshit when she finally gets to see this, for sure. I know her. She will definitely would love to see this piece, should this ever come into life.
I wonder what she's doing at the. Oh wait, no, she's doing Monster Prom. So I can't get her attention.
Yep,
You are spared.
for now. For now. Welcome back!
Oh, looks
Because-
like Ontario left.
And so is Phil,
Yeah.
but that's okay. I am still grateful that they were able to make it. And
Yeah.
I am just...
That's nice to hear from them.
I am still... And meanwhile, I am now fumbling over this like a sheep, trying to make this thing work. Oh, come on.
Although-
Okay. What the hell are you...
Although, Mickey, as a fellow D&D player,
Yeah?
how many classes do you know have psychic or illusionary type abilities?
I know there's, Aberrant Mind Sorcerer, that is one of them.
Cyanite's another. How often do marshals get access to illusion? Like, I'm pretty sure Rogue's the only one that can get it, but
You raise a good question.
although, wait, let's actually check, because you would think fighters would do well with illusion magic.
You think? Okay.
Okay, so Yeah, they gain abjuration and enchantment, so... Anyway, you could get illusion magic is through feats, but... That's pretty much it.
I don't know what the handbasket I'm doing. I'm just trying to make sure this thing works. Okay, so let's turn this thing off a little bit and...
Wow, that's some nice sea foam.
I mean, I was fortunate enough to find the brush that is for the job, but okay, there it is. There's the other seafoam there's the other brushes. There's the other brushes I need for this okay.
You might go through and organize your folders just a bit.
Yeah?
Trust me, I did that and it worked wonders.
Hmm.
It's easy for your downloads to get lost, you know what I mean?
I know. Well, maybe I might need a little bit of a helping hand as soon as I'm able to. Oh, okay, that looks pretty bad. Okay. Okay, how am I going to make you work? Okay, so... No, that's not the right color for this. Okay. Alright, we're just stumbling around and trying to find out which one's the best one for the job. Because I am... Well... I'm just trying to make sure this works out. Otherwise, yeah, okay. No, okay, so we're just going to make this thing a little bit of the smaller end. Wait, where is it? Okay. Because when there's a little thing called distance, and the further you go, the harder it is to actually see the rest of the waves. I think, I don't know, I'm just...
The further you go, the fewer details you see.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we may have to go back to that seafoam brush. And we'll have to make it smaller. But I hope that you guys are enjoying this piece so far, despite that we're basically now in an experimental phase.
Experiments is always fun to do.
I am looking respectfully.
No, you're not. Don't lie.
I mean, who isn't looking respectfully right now at her right now?
I mean, look, she's the type who's actually proud of her gifts and is not afraid to flaunt it. Knowing her.
And my attention's focused elsewhere.
If anything, my attention is much more focused on trying to make the sea work around her, if you will. And, I think I may have got it. I think I'm not getting it. There's going to be a lot of redoing, if you will. A lot of redoing, a lot of putzing around and finding out. This is a very experimental phase.
Experiments are always needed.
Okay, so...
A beefy file and my computer is showing it.
What?
Sorry, I had to reopen one of my reactive files, and it's a beefy one.
Oh dear.
How beefy?
How beefy you were talking here?
Because our imaginations can only fill up so much.
Like, what is it, some 20 gigabyte thing?
Hold up. I'm actually gonna look at the properties. What's the size on this thing? Yeah, this is 54.6 megabytes. which, you know, is not a lot compared to, like, some massive files that contain games, but for an art canvas size, yeah, it's a lot.
I mean, for a canvas, that sounds about right.
Okay.
But the problem with this one is that it's got 10 different folders, all of different expressions.
Oh, well, there you go. There's the reason for your canvas size.
Yep.
Now let's see. I think I'm gonna have to make some other detailing when it comes to the sand and bunch, but I also need to make that mountain on the back so everyone has an idea where this is taking place at. And let me turn off Melanthe. And the background too. Oh dear. Okay. No. Yes. Okay. Okay. I don't know what color will I pick for this, so I'm just gonna make a dark, desaturated purple. We are just basically experimenting in this so far. But that's okay, I think. Not often do we actually reach this far into the, into this thing, but we're just, trying to make this thing right. Okay, and because I never usually stream this far into a full details and backgrounds layer, if you will.
But at the same time, you did a lot of setup phase off stream, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I do
this
find
is true.
I do find this process fascinating.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I struggle with drawing backgrounds personally.
I guess I'm not the only. Then I guess. Yeah. Thank you. It's not the best. It's not perfect, but at least I'm still trying to make something work. Okay. Did I miss a jar redeem in chat left or wait? There's a jar redeem. Oh!
Who was the joy for?
Sorry, Afton chat has spoken.
It has always been such a thing, hasn't it?
Yeah, but this time it didn't happen, like, right when you showed up.
What the?
I mean, I was wondering why it was taking so long.
There you go.
Thank you.
Maybe it's because I didn't notice it. And you know what? That is definitely on me. Because my mouse is really lagging the fuck out. It's either that or its battery is dying.
It's either gonna be the battery or wherever you're using your mouse could probably use a clean.
Well, maybe. It has been a while, isn't it? Okay. Okay, this is gonna sound a little bit loud, so...
Are you smacking it?
No?
That's pressurized air, I'm fairly certain.
Yep.
What?
Okay, so... Okay, that's a little bit smoother. A little bit smoother. I think this is something I'll have to work on when
I'm sorry, did you just say smoother?
Yeah?
I'm sorry, I've never heard smoother pronounced that way.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've never heard it pronounced that way.
Oh. Oh dear. Okay, so... Oh wait, I need to draw in the waves that is hitting onto that rock. The waves color will have to be changed. Oh, for feck's sake. Is it either that or my mouse pad needs a wash? Okay, so, It's not often do I do the backgrounds, but when it does happen, this is a very fascinating process to you guys.
I would certainly say so.
No. Oh, wait. Flip
Let
this
me-
thing.
I am back now. Did I accidentally leave? Or am I still, or was I just mute?
I think, I didn't notice.
What? Because I've been having a weird issue going on with my laptop as of late.
Huh? What's wrong with it?
No matter at certain battery percentages, it just shuts off automatically.
That's, not normal.
Yeah, I had the battery replaced a few months ago because the battery in that one died, but since we were trying out currently we're just like switching out a different mode for it.
Uh-huh.
It was working quite fine until like a few weeks. It was like 2 weeks ago, but being like, you know what? Instead of shutting off at low power mode, I'm just going to shut off at 40%.
That's not normal.
Yeah, and then
It's not.
I tried it on the default. I then tried it on the default mode. Oh crap! I forgot I had a. Sorry about that. After that, I then tried to put it on like its primary mode, and it's been working fine. And then it then just turned off. Check the battery status right now. It's at 70%.
That's not normal.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm taking it in. Looks like your battery's going.
Like I just had this battery installed not long ago.
Someone probably got the connectors wrong then.
I mean, yeah, it was installed at home.
How about we use this for the...
I mean, I did a battery diagnostic and such, but everything was fine.
Wait a minute. No. Okay, Okay, I think I have an idea for this one. We're just going to... I think I know what you are. You're the brush that is for this. Yeah. Okay, so, okay, so that's sort of taken care of, but now I need to work on you. Because... no, that's too big. And you are going to be a combination of both to help define my waves. So this, I'm actually, maybe it's because you guys put it that way, but I actually do appreciate that you guys, well, like to see this part, even though I'm just don't know what the actual handbasket I'm doing right now. I'm just trying to make a really good background featuring Melanthe in the sunset like this, you know?
It's always good to just have an experimental phase.
I mean, tis the role of artists. You have to learn. You sometimes experimenting is part of the process.
It's quite fun. Let me just reconnect my voice chat back to the mic.
Sure. Let's see if that actually works out.
I'm back.
She's also gonna... Thinking about it now, this would also mean that, this would also mean I have to basically make her, parts of her leg a little bit damp or something, because it's also coming onto her legs. The water, I meant. Okay, so let's make the sea foam. But, I think this is looking okay. You guys think so?
I'm inclined to agree. Yes.
Yeah, it looks like naturally occurring sea foam now, like the layerings of it.
Hmm. Okay, so, I think I have an idea. I don't know. I'm just pulling stuff out of my butt trying to make this work because my perfectionism side of me is coming in and it's rearing its ugly head.
I mean, the only critic that you have is yourself,
This
and
is true.
that's it.
Wait, I just had a thought. It's not defined, but can I have a come on, mouse, work with me. Okay, so no, wait, put them back into its folders, and you are going to be basically clipped. Okay, Gaussian blur. Let's see what happens if we blur this. Okay, and we also soften this up to soften that background up. What do you think of that? For it's a prerequisite for the blurred up background, but what do you think of this?
I like it. Although I think the mountain to the right could use a little bit more definition, just like a touch of a lighter purple to
Done.
like something on it.
Well, that's what I intend to do. And besides, this is not the official thing. This is just a it gives me an idea on what am I gonna do when it comes to the blurring part of the background. It's not official, but it gives me an idea. An idea that I have to tweak when I finally get the chance. And speaking of tweaking, my mouse, please stop lagging. What is wrong with you? Seriously, what is wrong with you? Why are you this way?
Lots of things.
Do you have like a wire for it at all?
No.
You would think they would have a wire option for it as well.
Yeah. Who'd have thunk it? Okay, I am going to need a nice shade of lighter neutral purple. Mouse didn't get its morning coffee? I think that might be the case. Okay, so I think I may have an idea for defining the lighting, but it's gonna look a little bit rough. But I think I have an idea. No, I don't want the blur to be this, okay, how about that? Okay. We're gonna work on this. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying my best here.
You're doing well. You're doing well. Like, no, don't worry much.
Thank you. put Melanthe back. So, we gotta...
You okay?
Oh, fuck.
What happened?
I drew the lighting in the wrong layer!
Oh!
Okay, can you fix it?
Ah, man. Why is my... Wait a minute. What the fuck? Why is my emotes not working now all of a sudden?
Oh no.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I think... Is this a sign that it says, hey, Miki, I think you've been working hard, but I think it's about time you need a break?
Yeah, it's been almost 3 hours now.
Huh.
Also, don't mean to tell you this, but Nightbud has a typo.
What? Where?
It added one more N to innkeeper in the most recent thing here.
Oh, dear. Ah, dear. No, what is going on?
So, while I'm here, I might as well start taking my leave now.
Actually, I think we'll just use this opportunity to just call it here because I'm sweating as a sinner in church. I am frustrated from the experimentation, but at least Melanthe looks good.
Beautiful.
So let's go figure out who we should go and raid. Is there anyone I am... Oh, Melly is currently still... Oh boy, choices. You know what? No, it's gonna be a while until Melly finally gets back live, so how about we actually go and raid her instead?
Yeah, the subathon is actually happening on Saturday.
What the... Come on, Mouse, work with me.
Also, she seems to have a very particular model up at the moment.
Oh?
What's red?
It's a dragon, isn't it?
It's a dragon model.
Well,
Like-
I'm not surprised.
It's a good model as well.
It really is a very good model, not gonna lie though. Alright, and... Oh. There we go, the raid message is done. So with that said and done, we're gonna go straight ahead and raid Melly. Oh. Okay, that is if she's still on, because I don't know how long she's been on.
I will do a check. Like, she streams typically for like almost 6 hours. And she has been streaming since, let me just check the time.
Well, she's still on, so that's good. So, anyways, make sure you copy that raid message before you leave chat. Tomorrow, I realized I made another fumble. Instead of doing Traveler's Rest tomorrow, we're gonna be doing Warframe tomorrow because its update is gonna be coming out, and I'm gonna be playing the Lotus Eaters at that day, event tomorrow. So I hope to actually see you guys there. But sadly, this is where we gotta call it a day. But this is okay. We still managed to make some level of progress. It's just the background is a challenge on itself. But until then, may y'all have a good night. May y'all eat well and rest well. And I'll see you guys next time at the Paper Plane Inn. Take care!
Have a good
night, everybody.
Have a good evening, peoples.